There you go. I got to do some fucking bearings on my boat trailer. What do you reckon? You fucking have a bit of a watch and see how you do it for your fucking self, eh? Hey, or you want to fucking go me? Which one, mate? Hey, you want to fucking do the bearings or you want to fucking go me? Hey, which one? So here's the trailer I'll be doing. Fucking Redco Sportsman, hey? Doesn't look real fucking sporty, but it's a fucking trailer, I guess. So I don't know what's the condition of these bearings. They might be fucking good, they might be fucked, I don't know. But I'm going to do them anyway, it's just peace of mind. So whenever you fuck around with the trailer, it's a good idea to have it hooked up to a car. That's a handy hint. But make sure you chock the wheels so the fucking thing doesn't move and come down on you. Last thing you fucking want. This being a dual axle, it's a bit better, but we'll jack him up beside that fucking spring hanger there, just beside on the axle, I reckon. You could go under the spring hanger too, but I'm going on the fucking axle. You go where you fucking want to do it. So there she is, jacked off the ground. You see where I got the fucking thing? Just a couple of inches off. Now here's a handy hit. If you only got a wheel brace, just loosen these fucking nuts off first, because the fucking thing will spin on you. You'll have a shit time trying to do it. Just loosen them, then jack it up and get the rest of the way off. But I've got a fucking rattle gun. I'll get them off, don't you fucking worry. Help! I'm fucking stuck under here! Fucking help me! No, I'm fucking not really. But that's what can happen if you don't chock it up, you know what I mean? So be safe. If you haven't got one of these, fucking get one. Eh? You watch this. I said I'd get the fucking things off, you watch. Look at that, hey? Fucking worth its fucking weight. Fucking gold! Right, there's the wheel off. Bit of noise in this fucking bearing. We'll have a fucking see in a minute and see how it is, but here's a handy hint. Always have a bucket to put all your bits and bobs or you'll fucking lose something. And you'll be fucking cranky if you lose something, I can fucking tell you fucking now! Right, next step is to fucking knock this dust cap off. Usually you can grab it with some multis, or this one's a bit fucking tight, so just tap him around and you'll fucking work the fucking thing. Oh, there it is, look at that. Hey, this weird fucking marine bearing grease. And look at that, she hasn't been done for a little while, but doesn't look too bad yet. Next step, there's a fucking pin here. You got a fucking split pin. You got to straighten out and fuck him off. Now I'll get him out now. Fuck the fucking thing. Here's the split pin here. One side's fucking snapped off, but I always replace these anyway. But doesn't hurt to keep one as a spare. Now see, this is called a castle nut. I'm guessing because it looks like a fucking top of a castle, but in the axle there's a hole through there, so you got to tighten this up, line the hole up, slide the pin in, makes it so the fucking nut doesn't come off. But usually they're not too tight, or shouldn't be. We'll have a fucking look if I can get this fucking thing the right fucking size. Yeah, look at that, easy done. So we'll take this fucking nut off and we'll have a look underneath, eh? Let's fucking do it. Right, now that that's off, the next thing's a washer and then your outer bearing, but usually you can pull the whole fucking show off together. There we go. Right, that's it off. Yeah, he looks a bit fucking crook, I can tell you. But and there's the marine seal. Make sure when you get a bearing kit that you get fucking Japanese bearings. Don't get them Chinese pieces of fucking shit. I think American ones are alright, but I definitely prefer Japanese. Koyo or NTK or NTN or something. But yeah, make sure you get marine seals. Not all trailers have the marine seal. You'll notice this has got a double lip, probably hard to see there, but other seals are just sort of dust caps for normal trailers, not for saltwater use. But looking at that, I'd say she's fucked in here, but we'll take her to the bench and have a look at the fucking thing. Right, here she is on the fucking bench. There's the bloody washer. Looks a bit fucking dirty. Here's the bearing, the outer bearing. A little bit notchy. Fuck all grease on it too. What is he? Tin can or some fucking thing. Yes, so we'll give him a fuck clean of the parts washer. And I'll show you how to knock these fucking races out. Fuck yes, let's do it, eh? A bit of a clean. And I can tell you it was well worth it. This back bearing's near fucked. But to get that out, we've got to get this, I don't know what it is, a fucking tin cap. This is what the seal mates against. So the seal goes in the axle and that sits in there. Just a nice edge for the seal to seal against. So you got to get a fucking little flathead and pry it out and pop it out. I'll show you what it looks like when I get the fucking thing out. But yeah, you can rarely reuse them. They usually bend around and fucking distort. So if you're gonna fucking do it, make sure you got new shit to put in. If you're fucking gentle, you might get the fucking thing, but fucked if I'm gonna muck around. Good on ya! Now, before I keep going, here's just a quick word from my sponsor.
What are you fucking looking at, you fucking dog cunt? Mark fucking Chop Crow fucking rude, eh? You keep fucking looking at me, you dog, and I'll fucking stomp on your head and break your fucking neck.
So you can see there, I've pried it up and popped it out of there. Yeah, you bend them and shit trying to fucking get them. So don't plan on reusing the fucking things. That's that fucking thing off. Now let's have a look at this fucking bearing. Yeah. Look at that. That's fucked. I'm surprised that didn't fucking collapse. Can't even get the fucking thing spinning. Fuck me. Righto. I'm fucking glad I fucking got in there and done it. So I'll give it another quick clean and we'll knock these fucking races out, eh? What do you fucking reckon? I reckon we fucking should! Now the bearing race. That's what the bearing sits in, so it needs to have a perfectly smooth surface. You can see on this one, when it's got a fuck bearing, it starts making these little ridges and grooves around it. So when that's happened, it's fucked. You got to change it. Look, you should always change them anyway. New bearings, put the new races in. Sometimes they can be a bit of a fucking cunt of a thing to knock out, but in this sort of trailer, bloody hubs are fucking piss easy, so I'd do it anyway. But in a pinch on most things, if the race is smooth, you can nearly get away, as long as it's the right race for the bearing, you can get away with just reusing them again. That outer bearing race doesn't look too bad. You could probably use it again, but once I show you how easy they are to fucking knock out, you won't. You'll fucking put new ones in just like me. So to knock these races out, you need one of these pin pushers and a hammer. But you can use a screwdriver, or if you've got a broken screwdriver or something, but basically you got to hit the back edge of it. So you can see down there, it's hard to see, you can see the back edge of the outer race, and you can see the back edge of the inner race there. So I'll just show you here if I fucking can. It's a bit hard to see, and I'm not a fucking mad fucking cameraman or anything. Yeah, you're fucking, it's hard to see, but down in there you want to hit the back of it and knock the fucking thing out from each fucking end. You know what I fucking mean, don't you? Now these things can shatter, apparently. I've never seen one break yet, but I reckon if you've done it too hard or something, it could break, and you should probably wear safety goggles. But do you reckon I'm going to wear fucking goggles? No, I'm fucking not. I'm going to do a fucking safety squint. Hey, nothing's getting past that, mate. That's fucking safer than fucking any fucking goggles. Now when you fucking do it, work around each side. Do go opposites to work out. Don't just fucking knock down one side like a fucking dickhead, or it'll jam up in there. So make sure you find the edge, hit one side, and there she fucking goes. Alright, so I've knocked both them races out. So you can see how they work. I'll grab this fucking bearing. The bearing sits in it, in that taper, and spins inside, and that's just so the bearings have a nice face to rub against either side. And they fit in quite tight in there. Obviously taper up. See the taper? Can you fucking see it? Big end down when you knock your new one in, and inside the bearing sits in there. You see how it works? See how the fucking bearings work? Alright. So next thing is to make sure you got a clean mating surface where that fucking race is going to sit. This one doesn't look too bad. We can be clean with a rag. Make sure there's no shit in there. If it's a bit rusty or rough, it pays to get a bit of bloody sandpaper or fucking steel wool or scotch pad or something. Just give it a bit of a light clean. Don't go too heavy a grit. You'll fuck it. Just smooth it off so it's nice and smooth again. And I even give it a little bit of lick of grease. I know some people don't like doing that, but I fucking do when it's a boat trailer. I put grease on every fucking thing so it doesn't rust out. Also helps it knock in a bit, so that's what I'm going to fucking do. Give these a clean, give them some grease, and I'll show you how to tap the newies in. Fucking oath. Right, so I got them fucking cleaned up. I'm going to put a little smear of fucking grease. Oh yeah, look at that fucking go in there, eh? You see how I can finger that? Eh? Pretty fucking good if you ask me, eh? How I can get that in there. You don't have to put grease in. I'm fucking doing it because I like it. I take my boat in salt water all the fucking time, so I like putting fucking marine grease wherever I can get it. Right, so where the fuck did I put that? Right, so I'll get a bearing out. Bearings have got these NSK bearings. These are the fucking, these seem to be good. I like Koryo's probably the best, but that's what you want to see there. Made in Japan. Eh? You got to get fucking Japanese bearings. Eh? This is what happens when you fucking don't get them. They fucking turn to shit. Eh? Look at that fucking thing. Anyway, so we'll get the, let me just fucking open it while I got you. Oh. I'll have to fucking put you there. I fucking can't do it like this. Fucking not a multitasker. Right. So here's the bearing, and there's the race. That's what we've got to knock in. There's that nice new fucking shiny smooth thing. So one handy end is to, for starters, big end down. You want the taper coming up so you can fucking put the bearing in it. You get that wrong, you'll be pissed off. Just if you don't know, just sit the bearing in there and have a think about it. If you put it this fucking way, you won't fit the bearing and you'll fucking crack up. You have to knock him out again, probably fucking damage it. Anyway, start it by hand and just make sure it's square all the way around, going in square, because they've got a real tendency to knock sideways. Right, so that's got it started. I got this seal bearing fucking pusher inner kit. It's got this handle you can screw on all these different sizes. So I'll just grab the one that suits this race. One thing is you don't want it slightly too big or even exact the size, because this will get fucking jammed in there with it. And if that gets jammed in there, you got to knock this fucking thing out too, and that'll give you the shits. I've done it before, trust me. I'm just going at a guess here that this will be the size for this race. Let's have a look. Right, yeah, that's perfect. Right, so when you're hitting them in, again, keep it square going in. But what you want to listen for, it'll make a normal thud noise as it pushes in, but when it hits home, the noise will change. You have a fucking listen while I do it and see if you can hear it when it's home. Let's have a go. You hear that sound change? Now that fucking thing's seated, it's all the way fucking home. Eh? Didn't think I'd get you, did you, Race? How about I fucking headbutt you to fucking death? Hey? Right, next part of this fucking job's the best bit. So these bearings come slightly oiled, but they're dry. You got to put grease in them. It's called packing the bearings with grease. It's a fucking good job. I'll show you how to fucking do it. Quick slippery dip and we'll get back into it. Right, I'll start here by putting a little bit more of that lovely grease in where this race is. This is what the bearing's going to sit in. Just a bit of fucking slaz in there to fucking keep it fucking lubed up. Right, so this is the fun bit. Grab a fucking good pile of grease, sit it in your palm of your hand. That was probably a bit fucking much. Got a bit excited, but grab your bearing. And I don't think it matters which end, but it's tapered there. I used to pack it into the big ends, and I sort of pull the outer ring from the inner ring a little bit. Jam my fingers in there, so you open that up a bit, and you got to palm work it in. Now when it's through, you'll see it start squeezing through and popping and crackling through up the top. You'll see it. I'll just keep going here. See it starting to come through the top, through the bearings there. So just work your way around. Get it all the way through like that. Okay, it's a fucking dirty job. You can put gloves on if you want to be a fucking sook about it, but I reckon get some grease on you like a fucking man. Or a woman. Or a fucking alien. Whatever the fuck you are. I don't give a fuck what you are. Get into it. Pack the fucking thing. So you see it coming through all the way around. I like to then hold the inner and spin the outer just to work it in and go around once more. Same thing, and so you see it pushing through. I think you can buy fucking bearing packers. I've never seen them work, but fucking this is not too bad. I suppose you're doing it every day, all day, you'd get one, but make sure you really get it thoroughly all through it. Right, once you're happy with that, I coat the whole thing, get it real fucking covered, and drop the fucking thing in there. There we go. Now, I'm a bit fucking excited with this grease, but again, it's because it's fucking going in salt water. I pretty much pack them enough so the fucking thing can't fucking get salt water in the fucking thing if you put too much in. So any excess I got here, I just jam down inside the hub. You're meant to pack that to sort of meet the face of the bearing. So if I can get the rest of that in there. Right. Give me fucking hands a wipe quickly. So this applies to all fucking trailers, not just boat trailer. They're all pretty much the fucking same. Inner and outer bearing, dust seal or marine seal. Same fucking thing. You do them all like this. Right. Now, again, we've got our fucking thingamabob we pulled out before. This fucking metal ring. Obviously it goes the small side in. And same as we tap the race in, start it off square by hand, then find a suitable size. You can use a fucking socket or something. This one you could probably just tap in with a hammer alone, but I'm going to use this fucking thing with the right size and tap him on and make sure it's fucking all the way home. Good on you. Right, that's tapped in. Just a bit more grease once again around it. And this is what the seal will sit in. Let me just show you one of these marine seals. So you'll notice it's got a double lip 1 and 2 to run inside that ring, and then this outer one on the face of it. So again, small end in, and I like to once again get a bit of grease around this fucking thing, and we'll sit him in there. This is your only defense stopping salt water getting into your bearings, and any bearing will fuck out when salt water gets it. It's the worst thing for metal. Can't beat the shit. Alright, that's all, and a bit inside the seal where it's going to slide over the fucking axle stub. Right, that's the inner bearing basically done. So now we'll fucking flip it and do the outer. Good on you. Right, there's the other side done too. Bearing sitting in there. Now when you're putting this hub back on, just watch you don't push this bearing out into the fucking dirt with the axle stub. So another thing we'll do, we come over here to this axle. It's all dirty and shit from the last one, so I just give them a clean off. Make sure it's not scorned too much and fucked. If the bearing collapses, you can fuck these surfaces, and that's a fucking new axle, unless you got a mate that's a mad welder and got a lathe that can lathe it again, but good luck on an offset one like this. But pay special attention to, so the outer bearing sits here, inner bearing sits here. The seal sits here. You see it's a little bit rusty and rough, so what I'll do is just get a bit of Scotch Brite, a bit of WD, and give that a bit of a score up and clean it nice and smooth again, just so the seal's got a nice smooth surface to seal against. And once that's clean, I'll put a bit more fucking grease on there and we'll slide him on, and I'll show you how to fucking do the rest. Good on you. Right, we got him all clean. Now you guessed it, we chuck a bit more of this fucking shit on. Don't need too much, but definitely where that seal's gonna mate against, just give the fucking, hey, look at me fucking jack that on there. Alright, now we're ready to slide our fucking hub back on. Look at that. Right. Time to slide this fucking hub back on. Again, watch that the outer bearing doesn't come off. Actually, no, that's fucking right. Let's put him on. So you see it steps up at the back there where this seal on the back mates against. Just make sure when you're pushing him on, you feel it go up onto that. Oh yeah, definitely got plenty of grease in there. Give him a bit of a twist. Okay, she's on. Look at that fucking grease coming out of that. That's what you want there. Plenty of fucking grease. Righto, I'll give him a bit of a tidy up and we'll move to the next step. Good on you. Right, next thing to go on from the kit is, well, this one I got. Had some new bearing axle washers, new castle nuts and split pins. We'll grab one of that, fucking one of this. And here we go to the fucking good bit. Grab that fucking thing too. Alright. So, first thing to go on is our axle washer. You'll notice on the washer there's a smoother side and a sharp edge side. One old fella once told me put the smooth edge side towards the bearing, but I don't think it makes a fucking difference, but who knows, he might have knew something. Right, next thing's the castle nut. So the idea here is get him on there and tighten it up real firm, like too much. Not fucking crazy too much, just firm to where this hub's not spinning as freely as it should. Once it's firm, give it a turn forward, backwards 3 times just to seat all the bearings in. Back it off, give it another turn, tighten it again, turn it again, back it off, and then we'll go in for our final fucking tighten up. And the reason you do that, again, is just so the bearings, the grease squeezes out of where the bearings seat in properly. It's not going to get loose over time. It does pay to check it again after you do a few hundred kilometers just to make sure it hasn't seated more and become a little bit loose. So we'll give that a go. We'll tighten him up and give him some turns. Good on you. Right, so I've tightened him right up. Now we just give it some turns backwards and forwards to seat it. Alright. Then we back it off loosely. You'll feel it moves a lot freer now. Then we fucking go tighten again. If I can get the fucking thing on there. Just nipped up firm. You'll feel it's a little bit harder. Few turns. Now back it off loose again. Right. Now the thing is loose, we're up to the point where we can set it. You could probably do preloads with a fish scale like a car, but with the castle nut makes it hard because if I give him a bit of a wipe, you've only got, there's one hole through this axle end. I don't even know if you can see it in there, but where do you get it? When you tighten the fucking thing up, you got to get it to a point to where this split pin's going to slide through the hole, locking that castle nut on so it can't come off. So often enough it gets to a point where it's a little bit too tight to line the hole up. Say this hole for instance, you tighten it, it's a little bit too tight to line up at that hole. You're better off backing off one. It's better to be a fracco loose than a fracco tight on these trailer bearings, or so I've been told. So I think too tight they can heat up and fuck your bearing even quicker. So just keep feeling it, nip it up to where it's not too stiff on the thing, and we'll see where we can line up one of these holes and yeah, just get it in a nice spot. Make sure you feel it and make sure there's no fucking play in it. But yeah, better off a bit loose than a bit tight. Good on you. Alright, I got him where I'm happy. Still free playing, no play top to bottom, and the castle knot's not too tight. So I've slid the pin in, and you'll see she splits both ways. I'll just do it here for you. Now I've noticed some people go the way I'm going, some people go front ways, as in spin that and have it bent over the front. I don't know what's better. I like it this way. It's just how I fucking do it. So yeah, you just fucking bend them out of the way and fucking just pinch them over under the nut. Good on ya. Right, got that fucking pin bent over. Now, just like you fucking guessed it, more fucking grease. I'll go get some more, pack a bit of fucking grease over the front of this, and we'll put our fucking cap on. Let's go get it. Back over here. Here's one of our new fucking caps. You can get ones called Bearing Mate. They've actually got a grease nip on the front of it. I think they're alright, but I don't fucking have one, so I'll be using these fucking standard fucking zinc gal fucking caps here. Anyway, again, I'm putting more grease because if salt gets in underneath that cap, it's going to go straight into the bearing. So just cover him with grease and we'll knock this fucking cap on. Right, again with the cap, square him up by hand as good as you can and tap him in, and try to keep your hammer taps along this face, like on that end. Don't go in the middle, you'll dent the fucking thing every time. So just work around the edge evenly as you can. Bit of an art to it, but you'll fucking get it. Good on you. Alright. That's home. That's it. Right. Make sure that fucking wheel face is clean. Clean up any excess grease that's fucking spilled out anywhere. We'll put the wheel back on. That's fucking about it. So when you're putting your wheel nuts on, just make sure them and the studs are nice and clean. You could put a bit of bloody anti-seize on them if you wanted to, but notice this nut. I know most of you'll know it, but some might. But the nut has a cone face. One face is flat, one's got this cone. Now that taper cone goes into the wheel and it actually seats inside them holes and squares the wheel up center. If you get that wrong, the wheel will fucking clap around and snap studs off in no time. So make sure you go cone in for one, but also when you're doing it up, do it in the cross pattern. So don't just fucking tighten one side flat out because it might sit not square. So I like to work it in like 3 stages. You watch how I do it with this fucking rattle gun. I ain't fucking around with no fucking socket. Alright, so I just start softly. Get them all sort of pushing into their fucking... Right, so that's got them all mated. The wheels sitting center. I've made sure of that. So now I can fucking do him up in a cross pattern. It's 5 studs, so I can't go fucking mad cross pattern, but you get the idea. And fucking Bob's your uncle. Or your fucking auntie. Who knows these fucking days? Anyone's fucking anyone these days. Wheels back on. We can drop the fucking... Well, might as well just quickly test, make sure there's no obstructions. Look at that. Quiet as a mouse, unlike before. Right, we'll drop the jack. Fucking job done. That's how you fucking do it. Oh, that was quick. Yep, that's how you fucking do it. That's the same for all fucking trailers. Well, not all of them. There might be some fucking weird ones. Hey, what do you reckon my new fucking boat though? Fucking not bad, eh? I'll have sex in this fucking thing, you watch. I don't give a fuck if it's fucking by myself. I'm having sex in this fucking thing. Don't you fucking worry. Alright, fucking... Thanks for having a bit of a fucking look at it, hey? We'll fucking do another video of the fucking brakes. We'll fucking get that going too. Fucking good on ya.